What's up, sports bettors? Alex here, and we are going through the best MLB player props for today. And I'm also going to be showing you how you can use the free OddsJam sports betting app. It's 100% free. There's a link in the description to do research on historical trends for player props. But as usual, I'm going to start out on my favorite betting tool on OddsJam, the positive expected value betting tool. Right? This just shows you data-driven bets where you're getting value in the odds. So we can see an example right here. We have Miles Mikolas under 5.5 hits allowed. So a pretty interesting prop, and we're getting plus 120 odds on DraftKings. So there's a 3.62% profit margin when you use real-time betting odds from Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook, and you find the zero vig line. So we've discussed that tons of times. But this is a bet with a 3.62% profit margin, getting a lot of value considering Pinnacle, the sharpest bookmaker, they're only giving you minus 102 odds, right? So as a sports bettor, you always want to be looking for value. You always want to be line shopping and looking for data-driven bets, right? So this is a bet I ended up locking in for $100. So $100, 3.62% profit margin is $3.62 in EV. And you can see I locked it in right here. So we've gone through kind of the math behind positive EV betting before, but if you want to use the free OddsJam app, here's kind of, how you use it. So we're looking at Miles Mikolas, and we have him, we can look at his whole season. So we can see in 11 out of 17 games, he's given up less than 5.5 hits, right? The under has cashed for under 5.5 hits. So he's 11 for 17, which implies a 64.7% win rate using historical data on the season. So historical data is very different than real-time market data. Of course, the game today versus the Cardinals, there's a lot of other factors, right? So real-time market data is critical as a sports bettor, but if you like looking through trends, this is pretty interesting to look at. So 11 out of 17 games under 5.5 hits allowed has cashed, which implies a price of minus 183 odds, which you can see in kind of an odds converter calculator, right? So what this just means is given that Mikolas has under 5.5 hits allowed in 64.7% of his games this season, if you bet every single game Mikolas under 5.5 strikeouts, you would be at minus 183 odds, you would have broken even. Right? You would have broken even. If you were betting it at minus 250, you would have lost money. If you were betting it at better odds, like minus 150, then you would have made money as a sports bettor, right? So you can kind of use this historical trends data along with the OddsJam Positive EV page to find bets where you're not only getting a mathematical profit margin based on real-time betting odds from the sharpest bookmaker, which encompasses everything, right, that the betting market is aware of, but you can also do research into trends. Right, so we can see Miles Mikolas, he's had a great season, 11 out of 17 games, the under 5.5 hits allowed has cashed, and we're getting plus money, right? We're getting plus 120 on DraftKings. And then you can kind of, you can look at last 5 games. So in his last 5 games, right, only in one game, he's given up over 5.5 hits. You can look at when he's at home, when he's away, when, his team wins, when they lose, all that different stuff. You can change the line. If you want to bet on alternate lines, you can change it to 4.5, see stuff like that. So long story short, you can really use this tool to do as much research as you want to into trends as a sports bettor, right? So hopefully this is helpful for you. We're taking the under, which has cashed 11 out of 17 times on the season. So that's the OddsJam free mobile app, and then, kind of how you compare it with the OddsJam positive expected value betting tool to find really good bets. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks so much for your time.